Now what we remember when we're training the glutes is that it's a very, very complicated set of muscles. Going through the anatomy of the glutes very quickly, what you've got is 3 to 4 distinctive different heads. You've got the glute max. Yes, I just did slap my own arse. It's the centre bum cheek muscle as well. That's your gluteus maximus. You've then got a couple of lower or deep glute muscles sitting at the very top here. You've got your glute medius, which is sitting just round about this area here as well. Then you've got your glute minimus and piriformis, which is sitting on this region at the top there as well. Now, the glutes have 4 distinctive movements or 4 distinctive functions when we train them. We can essentially posterior pelvic tilt. So if you look from here, anterior, because my back's arched out. If I have my arms out in front, so I'm at the top lifted. Back arch out, that's anterior, posterior. So again, as you can see, my glutes engage a heck lot more as I tuck my pelvis a lot more in. So I can anterior and posterior pelvic tilt underneath position. I can abduct, which means move the leg away from the centre line. So imagine my body has got a straight line through the middle. I'm moving that leg away from the centre of my body. That's called abduction. Again, you might have heard the machines where they do the abduction machine, where you sit down, exact same thing, but you're just in the seated position. What you can do with that as well, you can externally rotate the hip, which if I was to be, say, sitting down, I'm just going to bench over here. Like I said, you can abduct away from the knees, or you can turn the leg and foot outwards, which will still get, not quite a good way, you can still work that outside bum cheek also as well. I can also do hip extension through my lower leg or through my hips. So, hip extension, if I move that away, I kick my leg back, straight, or I can flex and extend my hip with a posterior pelvic tilt. Now, when we think about training the glutes, you see these a lot as well. If you get yourself one of these bands on Amazon or on any other website, great, because this is where they're very, very important. And it's very important and imperative to stimulate the glutes under those different movements as well. And this is why I'll show you the band also. Bear in mind, hopefully this doesn't slip away from me. So, the band around the knee here. What I'm able to do this is do almost essentially all but 4 of those movements as well. So, for the first one, I'm going to do is I've got to abduct my knee. I've got to then internally rotate my hip. So I've got to move that away, internally rotate, so it gets these muscles firing. I've then got to hip extend and posterior pelvic tilt. So now I'm hitting all those 4 things under one movement. So I'm abducting, externally rotating through my hip, I am posteriorly pelvic tilting, I am also hip extending at the same time. And that is why the bands are so effective for when we do glute training, because you're hitting all those 4 areas.